Today we talk about the event that turned the 20th G20 Summit from just an economic forum into a global geopolitical battleground. Because Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in South Africa to meet a leader whom America, and Donald Trump in particular, had been repeatedly threatening. Yes, we are talking about South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. This year, the G20 is being hosted by South Africa. And for the first time in history, the world's 20 most powerful economies have gathered on African soil. It is a historic and decisive moment, not only for South Africa, but for the entire African continent. But the moment Africa stepped into global spotlight, Washington started getting uncomfortable. Because South Africa is not just the G20 host, it is also a core member of BRICS. And BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is the economic platform that openly challenges Western dominance. And this story begins inside the White House. Donald Trump called President Ramaphosa for a meeting. But instead of diplomacy, it turned into pressure. According to multiple diplomatic sources, Trump behaved aggressively, issued threats, and bragged, "Prime Minister Modi is my friend. I stopped a war between India and Pakistan." Trump didn't say this as a compliment. It was a message. He thought using India's name would pressure South Africa, but the plan backfired. Right in front of Trump, Ramaphosa replied, "Prime Minister Modi is my friend too." And then he hit back directly at Trump. "If you believe South Africa is mistreating white citizens, show us evidence. We will take action." That changed everything. Trump was furious, and that very day, he decided to teach Ramaphosa and South Africa a lesson. As soon as South Africa was announced as the G20 host, Trump saw his opportunity. This G20 summit was meant to be South Africa's biggest moment on the global stage, a chance to attract investment, trade, and cooperation for Africa. But Trump publicly announced that he would not attend the summit, a direct blow to South Africa's prestige, a diplomatic punishment. And then he added another sarcastic remark. Ramaphosa is running his mouth too much. He doesn't know the power of the United States. That was meant to intimidate the world, and many Western nations suddenly became confused about attending the summit. But then came the game changer. At the exact moment the West was discussing boycotts, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that he will attend the summit in South Africa. Moments later, a video from Johannesburg went viral. South African women performers dancing and welcoming PM Modi in a grand cultural celebration. Modi's decision flipped the narrative instantly. South Africa got international support, Western pressure collapsed, BRICS, solidarity strengthened, Africa's confidence surged, and a message was sent, loud and clear: India does not bow to Western pressure. Then Ramaphosa made a direct statement to the world: boycott politics no longer works. Everyone knew whom he was talking about: the United States. The friendship between Modi and Ramaphosa is not new. India and South Africa share democratic roots, rising economies, BRICS cooperation, and South-South partnership. So when PM Modi arrived in South Africa, it wasn't just a formal visit. It was a signal to the world. In the new global economy, Africa is no longer the periphery, Africa is the center, and India stands with Africa. Within hours, the mood of the G20 changed. Several nations confirmed their participation. America's boycott attempt lost momentum. Excitement grew across African nations. Once again, India proved that it is the voice of the global South, and Modi's presence sent a powerful message. India follows its own independent foreign policy, not the orders of Washington or any other capital. This year's G20 summit was not just a meeting, it became a platform for a transforming world order, and Prime Minister Modi, arriving in South Africa, was the strongest symbol of India's rising power in global politics. So now the question is for you. What do you think about Prime Minister Modi standing with Africa and neutralizing America's pressure on the world stage? Comment your opinion below. Jai Hind.